camera's rolling. I have a story to tell. It's a little more on the serious side. I was diagnosed with Tourettes Syndrome when I was maybe a bit younger than 10, 8 or 9. So much to share. But it's the reveal, that is the hardest. I'm Canadian. I've been alive for just a little over 3 decades. It's the hardest thing. I can understand why there aren't that many people on YouTube, or at least fewer people than maybe in some other areas, who actually can sit here in front of a camera and share about it. When I think about sharing it, I have obsessive disturbances in my brain. And if you want to know what OCD feels like, watch the video from the channel I Drank the Seawater, who goes by the name of Melissa. I want to share some of what it has given me. I want to share how I struggle with it. I want to share that I have it. I do remember my first tics. It was before I entered kindergarten. I would go like this, and I would hit right here. And I'd hit so hard I'd sometimes hurt myself. Now I'm getting this one sometimes. And you see so many videos, or a few at least, saying what it feels like. Have the feeling of needing to sneeze. So if you've ever had that feeling of where your nose and your lungs want to sneeze, and before the sneeze, if the person doesn't, then there's like a pressure, and it can be uncomfortable, and it can even hurt. And it's usually in the nose and up the nose, and in through the nasal passages, and sometimes up into the eyes as well. That pressure of needing to sneeze. Well, that is what tic pressure feels like for me. But it's not just in my nose. Well, it's rarely in my nose. Maybe right there. But that's similar, that pressure. And I'm just using that as an example so that people who want to kind of picture or imagine what it feels like. And it's that pressure is involuntary. It exists in sometimes every muscle in the body, sometimes in certain muscles, and on very rare times, it's unusual, but very rarely there will be no pressure anywhere at all. The main ones affected usually are right in here, these 2 muscles right there, the neck muscles. The one under the eye, a bit of a pressure. The movements are voluntary, not for everyone, but in my case, the movements are voluntary. And But the feeling isn't. The pressure, the discomfort is not. So there's some in my finger here right now. But it's not, it grows in intensity and then subsides, grows in intensity and then subsides. And when it becomes intolerable, whenever there's too much pressure, I do the movement or the sound, and then it subsides. So doing the movement is a quick, easy, immediate relief to the pressure. So I dance with pressure. It comes and it goes. It can show up in different muscles. Some people describe it as an itch. I think of it as pressure. Yeah. So that's how it feels. And that's why I do the movements, to relieve the pressure. And if the pressure goes on for so long, it hijacks the brain, tunnel vision, makes it difficult to concentrate, and it can even make it difficult to move when there's stiffness. So acute pressure can cause stiffness and less coordination. I'm using some mental strategies right now because in the past, doing this, sitting here talking to you about this, was very hard. And I think what I'm going to do from now on, when there are things that I have difficulty with expressing, I'm going to use white text down here. The white text can say things and explain things when it's difficult for me to explain them with words, when there's all sorts of internal stuff going on that disrupts things. One of these disruptions is disturbing images, people screaming, the sound of screams, like in a catastrophe or some humanitarian situation. Those kinds of screams go through my head frequently enough. There's disturbing images of people getting hurt, leaky brakes. That certainly would fit. Hard to filter, difficulty. It's like my brain seems to have difficulty filtering. That's the reality, the way that it causes struggle, the way that it impacts physically, and the obsessive-compulsive aspect of it. We shall figure out how to explain later, but for now, this is really just a coming out.